Hi, Tipton Baptist Church. This is your Friday Word of Encouragement for Friday, August 11th, 2023. I come to you today with a brief word of encouragement from Psalm 31. The psalm begins, "In you, O Lord, do I take refuge, and let me never be put to shame." And as the psalmist leads us into worship and song in that particular psalm, we hear this note of the psalmist wanting to be drawn into God for safety, for purpose, for direction. And I find that is a regular sentiment through the Psalms, taking refuge in God and having God be the influencer of our hearts and our minds. I say that along with a note here to be encouraging to you from an old book of prayers called the Sarum Primer. The Sarum Primer is a collection of old prayers and writings from the 13th century, and one of the contributors to this old prayer book of a medieval church wrote these words. I think they go right in line with taking refuge in God as Psalm 31 leads. This is what the writer wrote in the Sarum Primer. "God be in my head and in my understanding. God be in my eyes and in my looking. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my heart and in my thinking. God be at my end and at my departing." If we truly take refuge in God, then we find that the Spirit of God dwells in us and is evident by what we think, what we do, what we want. And I believe as we draw closer to the Lord, as we desire Him more, we find that refuge in Him is the very place we long to be. And God's response to that is a response that pours His Spirit in and through us, that He is in our thinking and our actions and our words, and it's evident in how we act and react in the world. Be encouraged. Take time, be in the Psalms. Ask God to help you take refuge in Him. Find that He leaves His Spirit with you in refreshing ways that causes your thinking and your feeling and your acting and your reacting, even your departing someday when the Lord takes you home. It will be in communion with the living God because you've taken refuge in Him. May the Lord grant us a desire to be in His presence now, and may He grant us a desire to remain in His presence day to day to day, through in and out of the days that we live, so that we can live rightly before Him and meet Him face to face and hear those words, "Well done." Lord, I pray that the Lord will draw you to Him through Psalm 31 and through these old sayings from the Sarum Primer. So may you find encouragement in this today, August 11th, and I hope to see you Sunday. We'll be back in the sanctuary for worship together. Until then, stay in the Word. Bye-bye.